Without doubt.
I'm David Jacoby.
And on the Cool Check-In.
Together, we are Jalen Jacoby. What do we do?
Thanks a lot, Don Mega. We get the people what they want.
Our guy, our former colleague and our friend Chris Haynes was on Undisputed, and he had a little
the homie,
spicy little take about Kevin Durant. Let's listen.
Look, I will say this. New York Knicks have a very good shot at luring KD away from the Bey Area.
Wow.
The reason I say that is his business partner, Rich Kleiman, based in New York, a huge New York Knicks fan. Their business is located and based in New York. KD's dad is a big New York Knicks fan. The same allure that LeBron had towards the Los Angeles Lakers, just the building, the culture. Same thing, the same way I know that KD feels about the Knicks.
Big shout out to Chris. First, I want to say this, is he was a free agent this summer, and we didn't have any of these discussions. Like, it was just kind of a known thing that he was going to stay with the Warriors. He wasn't even listed on lists of free agents. There was no meeting with Magic. There was none of that. And it just seems like already, we haven't played one game of the regular season, we're already talking about KD leaving. Remember yesterday he said he was going to be open and honest and transparent about his free agency? That's interesting. He never said that before. And now we've got Chris Haynes, who's very close with the Warriors, saying that there's an allure, there's a pull towards New York.
Chris has facts on facts on facts, and that's coming from somebody who also, like KD, with Rock Nation. And so I understand that there is an allure to playing in the Garden, playing for the Knicks, and being the quote-unquote, there's only one Biggie Smalls, king of New York in a basketball sense, to be that lead domino to help resurrect a team that's only made the finals twice since 1973. However, it's so good at what's happening in Golden State. And not only is he winning championships, but he get a chance to do it as the best player, winning finals MVP. So if you're going to give that up, that means that you're also willing to deal with the PR hit and fans barking back at you. And we know KD has shown, we know KD, this is why that matters. It doesn't matter in the dynamics of free agency what people say, but we've learned that Kevin Durant actually cares.
He's sensitive a little bit.
What people said.
He does. I'm sure he would admit that. But
all of the fan bases around the league will be unhappy with him leaving except the one here.
But you remember to talk about the PR hit. The PR hit can't be worse than when it was when he joined the Warriors, the team that he lost to in the previous series. And now, if he gets, it's like, oh, you joined the team that beat you. Now, if he goes out to a team that would basically be his own, I mean, shout to Porzingis, how would that be a PR hit?
I think endorsement-wise, I think appearances, I think all of his personal endeavors as it relates to business elevate if he was in New York City. No question about it.
For sure.
But let me tell you what doesn't elevate. I mean, championships he wins. But like Russell in OKC, who's trying to achieve what Dirk achieved in Dallas. If he's able to come to New York City and just win one, when he already has two, probably three, he's a made man for taking the opportunity. So I don't think it's so very far-fetched. I just think this season has to play out more for him to get that level of clarity.
As a Die-Easy Knicks fan, I like the idea.
I like the idea.
Uniform. I like that idea.
Where are we right now?
Porzingis, New York City.
Okay.
Hardaway, Knox works out. You got Fizdale there. I can see this.
I would want for it to happen. Guess why? Because I want other NBA teams in the conversation.
Yes.
Like when LeBron leaves Cleveland to go to L.A., guess what we're not doing? Talking about the Lakers. We want more teams to have all NBA caliber performers or perennial all-stars. New York is a spot waiting to be had. I can already see Jay and Beyonce sitting front row.
Of course. I think the Rock Nation right there, it's all tied together. I can see this happening.
I ain't mad at it at all.
Well, the Kings signed UCSB player Gabe Vincent to a 10-day contract. Not the biggest NBA news. However, his former college coach took a picture of the signing that took place in Vlade Divac's office. Look, there's the Vlad father up against his wall. There's also his whiteboard, which had their draft on it. Their draft, who they wanted to draft. And they had a 29-53 record written up there. I have a lot of questions about this, but first, soft move or boss move, the Vladfather.
Actually, I love that Godfather picture holding the cat, and I used that image multiple times. But I didn't superimpose my face on it, though.
Put your own face
soft
on
move.
Yeah.
Okay, you don't have the autonomy to put the Godfather, an iconic figure, in any office at the Sacramento Kings facility. Now, if that was the Warriors and it was Bob Myers, I'd be like, oh, okay.
Okay.
But Sacramento, not going to be able to do it.
And this to me is even worse. Like, I like to keep expectations low. You know that about me, especially in a professional environment. I want expectations as low as possible, right? He wrote 29-53 on the board. So they were 27-55 last year. If your goal when you wake up in the morning, right, going into a season, is 29-53, like, what are you really doing?
What are you really doing if you're posting something with your draft board up there?
Yeah, it's
it's amateur posting because you got to understand that everything in the room can be zoomed. Also, there's a level of ego that, of course, you're going to have as an accomplished player. He really was a successful player with the Kings, but now you in management. And so you haven't earned the right to call yourself any type of Vladfather as it relates to running the team.
You know what it tells me, Jalen? You still got your draft board up there. When was the draft? That means you're not doing a lot of work on that whiteboard, Vladdy. You're not doing a lot up there. The draft was months and months ago, man. You should have something else up there by now. We're headed into the season. Maybe some lineups or some plays or something. Come on, Vladdy. Moving on. It's time.
Harry Giles can ball, though.
For news that matters. This is the biggest news we've ever discussed on this program. This is going to change everyone's lives.
Really? Hold on.
Not just in the world.